Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have some absolutely mind-blowing news that proves Jimin's impact on the dance world goes way beyond just being an amazing performer. Dance schools and professional academies across Korea have officially started teaching Jimin's specific dance techniques as part of their formal curriculum. This isn't casual cover classes or fan appreciation sessions. This is legitimate professional dance education where instructors are breaking down Jimin's movements, analyzing his technique, and teaching students to execute his signature style. If you've ever needed proof that Jimin is a true dance legend, this is it. So make sure you're subscribed because we're diving deep into exactly which techniques are being taught and why dance professionals consider them worthy of formal education. First, let's talk about why this is such a massive achievement. Korean dance schools have incredibly high standards. They don't just add random content to their curriculum because someone is popular. Every technique taught needs to demonstrate exceptional execution, proper form, and something valuable that students can learn from. The fact that professional dance instructors looked at Jimin's work and decided it meets these strict criteria for educational value is enormous recognition. These are people who have trained for decades, who understand dance at the highest technical level, and they're saying Jimin's technique is worth studying and replicating. Point 1 of the main techniques being taught is Jimin's legendary body isolation and control. Dance instructors have identified specific performances where Jimin's ability to isolate individual body parts is absolutely flawless. His shoulder rolls, chest pops, and hip movements demonstrate textbook perfect isolation. What makes this so impressive is that isolation requires incredible muscle control and body awareness. You need to activate specific muscles while keeping others completely relaxed, which is much harder than it sounds. Teachers are using footage from performances like Black Swan and Filter to show students what perfect isolation looks like. They break down Jimin's movements frame by frame, explaining the mechanics and having students practice until they can achieve similar control. Another major focus is Jimin's fluid transitions and continuous motion. This is where his contemporary dance background really shines. Unlike typical sharp K-pop movements, Jimin flows from one position to the next seamlessly. There are no jerky stops or awkward transitions. Everything connects smoothly like a continuous wave of motion. Dance teachers are using his performances to teach the concept of maintaining momentum through transitions. They analyze how Jimin uses proper weight transfer, how he controls his center of gravity, and how he creates that water-like flowing quality even in fast-paced choreography. His performance in Lie has become a go-to teaching example for this technique. Jimin's signature head movements and neck articulation have also become curriculum content. What looks effortless and natural is actually technically complex and potentially dangerous if done incorrectly. Dance schools are teaching the proper technique for executing these movements safely. Students learn the necessary stretching and strengthening exercises to develop the flexibility Jimin has. Instructors emphasize that Jimin's execution is the standard because he has complete control and proper alignment, preventing injury while creating beautiful visual effects. Students are warned against trying to copy the movement without proper preparation and technique. The emotional expression through dance is another element being studied. This is perhaps the hardest thing to teach because it transcends pure technical execution. However, instructors are using Jimin's performances to demonstrate how emotion should be integrated into movement. They show how his energy and movement quality changes based on the song's emotional content. In Serendipity, he's soft and delicate. In Lie, he's desperate and intense. Teachers explain that Jimin doesn't just perform choreography with his body, he tells stories with his entire being. Students learn to analyze how Jimin achieves this connection between emotion and movement, then work on developing that same depth in their own dancing. Jimin's musicality is another major teaching point. Dance instructors play his performances and have students identify exactly when he hits musical accents, when he adds subtle movements, and when he uses pauses for effect. They teach students to listen to music the way Jimin does, finding opportunities for emphasis that other dancers might miss. This advanced musical interpretation is difficult to master, and Jimin's performances provide clear examples of how to execute it effectively. Students learn that dancing isn't just about hitting choreography, it's about becoming one with the music. The precision of Jimin's footwork and balance is also being analyzed in dance classes. Professional instructors have identified that even during complex sequences with rapid directional changes, Jimin maintains perfect stability. Dance teachers use his footage to teach proper weight distribution, how to engage the core for balance, and how to use the floor effectively for support. These might sound like basic concepts, but executing them perfectly while performing complex choreography is incredibly difficult, and Jimin demonstrates it consistently. What's particularly interesting is that different types of dance schools are incorporating Jimin's technique. Contemporary studios obviously focus on his fluid movements and emotional expression. Hip-hop academies study his groove and rhythm. Jazz schools analyze his performance quality and stage presence. This cross-genre recognition shows that Jimin's technique offers valuable lessons for all dancers, regardless of their primary style. He's not just excellent in one area, he's well-rounded enough that multiple dance disciplines find his work worth studying. Several dance instructors have publicly stated that using Jimin's performances as teaching material has improved student engagement and understanding. When students can see technical concepts demonstrated by someone current and relevant rather than just learning from traditional examples, they connect with the material more deeply. Teachers report that students show more motivation to perfect techniques when they're working toward the standard Jimin has set. Some students have shared that analyzing Jimin's dancing helped them break through technical plateaus and understand concepts they'd struggled with for months. This development also represents an important shift in how K-pop dancing is perceived by the professional dance community. For years, there was prejudice in some circles that dismissed idol dancing as less legitimate than other dance forms. The fact that a K-pop idol's technique is now formally taught in professional dance schools validates K-pop dancing as serious art worthy of academic study. It proves that idol dancers aren't just entertainers, they're legitimate artists whose technique can stand alongside any other dance form. For Jimin specifically, this cements his legacy beyond just being a successful performer. His influence will literally shape how future generations of dancers are trained. Students learning dance in Korea right now are studying his technique, which means his impact on the dance world will continue long into the future. That's the definition of legendary status. The recognition from professional dance educators also validates what ARMY has always known. Jimin isn't just good for an idol or good for K-pop. He's exceptional by absolute standards. His technique is teaching-worthy, his execution is textbook perfect, and his artistry transcends genre boundaries. When professionals whose entire careers are built on understanding dance say that Jimin's work deserves to be studied and taught, that's the ultimate validation. So there you have it. Jimin's dance technique has become part of formal dance education in Korea, proving that his impact on the dance world is profound and lasting. He's not just a performer, he's an influential figure whose work will be studied for years to come. Drop a comment below telling me which Jimin dance technique you find most impressive, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content celebrating the excellence of our favorite artists. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.